This video is for the International Criminal Court. The court used to have 8 judges, now it has 15 judges. I tried to get help from Florida Atlantic University Anthropology Department, Sociology and Social Work. I got no feedback, so I have a lot of assumptions on my YouTube channel. I emailed the Anthropology Department about hunter-gatherers, gleaners, tribal and noble. The friends of 9/11 pilots are still in Delray Beach. I spoke to them, stayed with them for 3 days, and I don't want to discuss what they said, but my situation is that we're gleaners. My dad is a Cuban fighter, and he didn't have any boys. He had 6 girls. I'm the one he's taught to fight. Rihanna was beat up by Chris Brown, and this is a new assumption of mine. Meghan Markle was sent home because Europeans do not have sex with slaves. American hunter-gatherers have sex with slaves, but then they lost respect for the women and called them hoes and started killing them, like O.J. Simpson's wife was killed. That's a picture of O.J. Simpson's wife's dead body. Her face looks pretty beat up. It's so sad for women to see a picture of Nicole like that. It's so sad. So among hunter-gatherers, you may be sleeping with the enemy. I'm so sorry that I brought the enemy into my family. It hurt my family a lot. Our background is that my dad was a Cuban fighter and he was a mechanic in the Royal Air Force and a manager for Coca-Cola. My mother worked in government. That would make my Jamaican gleaners, Cubans, I'm not sure what they are, but my dad was a fighter. The core values and personal values that we were cultivating in our family was knowledge and intelligence. So, because the Queen put Cambridge University in our high schools in Jamaica. There's a school in Jamaica, picture of it. Uniforms, discipline, high standards. This is another school in Jamaica. This is my son's school, Hagan Ranch Elementary School in West Boynton in the county. At 6 years old, he was tested gifted. Mike's husband was a Jehovah's Witness, and he subjugated us, and we did not get to go to divorce court so that a judge could protect my son. This is my nephew. He was also gifted. He went back to his high school to thank them for his success. He's a PhD in neurosurgery. This is my son sitting with his great-grandmother in my mother's house. My mother's house is right across the street from the elementary school. That's another part of our core values. She wanted her daughters to get into school pretty fast. The result of this is that my nephew is on LinkedIn here. He's a PhD neurosurgeon. My sons were killed. The brake line was cut on them. And then the perpetrators, which are African-American state troopers helping Mike's husband, proceeded to damage my kitchen, my car. They stopped me on the street, ticketed me. They did a lot of things. They did something down in Broward County too. So in whatever direction I go, it's a witch hunt, and I am a prey conquest to the African Americans. This is the conquest of O.J. Simpson Seaman Court. He was not charged. That's why we know we need the International Criminal Court. Crimes against women and children are not being judged correctly. This is hunter-gatherer, some background. It leads to a lot of abuse, or for me it did. Now, here's this case, which was really an affirmation for me because I contacted Time Done and Black Lives Matter. I said, that police who killed that Indian graduate student said she was of limited value, and he was laughing, and they should just cut a check. Well, we did not have a word for what they were doing. They believe that some people are of limited value, but land and buildings is of great value. August 8, 2023, I experienced this bragging. I had 4 African Americans in 4 days. I took my bachelor's degree off of my resume. They called me in 2 days to Dunkin' Donuts. I started work. The first day, I was a victim of what I call the Obama free phone, nigger, stalker, prey conquest bullying. He said I was dirty, and then I went across the street. It was Outrageous how they bullied me all the way up in Jupiter. And I was coming from Boca Raton. Now, when the Jehovah's Witnesses came to my house in 1967, we had our core values and our personal values. But they were very persistent and they told us not to take drugs, and that was what really interests me about them. This is my high school. It's all Anglican girls. I studied French at the school for 7 years in order to go to university in Canada. But the Jehovah's Witnesses came and I was convinced. This is the new ICC court, 18 judges. Here it is again. There used to be 8 judges. We need that court to help us with crimes against women and children in the United States.